Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Redshire map, and we've got Hyphen32 in the SU-130PM, the Tier 8 Soviet premium tank destroyer. He's bottom tier in this match. It's a Tier 10 to Tier 8 game. So let's see how well he can play and what sort of result he gets. There's only 3 Tier 10s in the game, one on each side as an arty, so one medium, one heavy. So we'll see what impact they have as well. And just a couple of Tier 9s. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 Tier 9s. So most are Tier 8s. Both light tanks are Tier 8s. Both the TDs on each side are Tier 8s as well, so decent matchmaking, I should say. But anyway, we'll see how much damage you can do and what result I can get. Now, of course, this bottom tier, you can get more experience by shooting higher tier tanks. That's one of the benefits, but of course you're a bit more vulnerable because you have lesser armour and less pen. But obviously you've got to know your weak spots in the tanks and where to shoot, and also choose your ammunition type carefully. It's found LTDB there, snaps a shot across but fails to hit, but also gets failed to be detected, so even though it was a light tank he didn't get spotted there. He's bushed but wasn't necessarily far enough behind the bush to make it a proper thing. Yeah, he shoots the M41 90. He then gets wiped out, and again it didn't get spotted, so maybe they didn't choose coated optics. They might have gone for binocs for ultimate view range, but that's one of the issues with the binocs is that they only work when you've been stationary for a couple of seconds. So you can see Hype's got binocs mounted, and it makes more sense in a TD because you are more static. He's lost his binocs here, and he's just going for the Centurion 5-1 there. Snaps just as he sort of falls into the river, so sort of a move that you can't predict, so no shame there for missing. And just waiting for targets to appear again. He's got good view range, of course, and I'm sure he's got a good crew there to maximise that. Just checking around looking for targets, of course, that's what you want, because where else are you going to put your things? I guess got the Centurion 5-1 there again, goes through the side of it, no problem, and still not spotted, so alright, it's doing a good job there. This also means that the light tanks are not looking around his area there. And all the targets he's got now just obscured by terrain. Can obviously be frustrating that 5-1 pops up, but apart from just showing really the front of his turret, not really much of a target, so not likely to penetrate the front of the turret there on the 5-1. This was one of the sort of strengths of the Centurions. The frontal turret armor is pretty good, certainly with angles that help it ricochet. He's just getting a green image just as he pops up. He really needs to get that upper front plate, but just not quite showing enough, so Hyphen wisely holds his shot. Yeah. Centurion 7-1 is also within spotting distance there. Now OK's found the enemy SU-130PM out in the open, puts a nice shot in there. Does he get spotted this time? Yes, he does, and the Centurion 5-1 puts a shot to his result. Now, of course, don't forget your 6th sense doesn't go off until you've been spotted for a couple of seconds, so that Centurion 5-1 took a bit of advantage of the spotting before Hyphen would know that he was spotted. Anyway, enemy tanks seem to have taken over the heavy line there under the Zeppelin that's crashed. but they're just not pushing past, so that's an interesting tactic there. Now, so far, the enemy does have a bit of the upper hand. They've got a decent hit point lead, nearly 4,000 hit points, and they're 2 tanks in advance, so it's where your TDs can help, of course, by punishing tanks as they come out. Oh, he's got the back of the turret, the 7-1, just doesn't stay there long enough. Interesting, we're just not seeing the shell velocity here. Let's have to try and pick that up. Let's have a look at the shells he's using. Of course, the 130 PM is 130 millimeters, so we'll just try and get an idea. Okay, 1,030 meters per second, so yeah, nothing fantastic, but also not too shabby. Okay, it's got the STB1 there. That's interesting. I just got the front of it, but just hits the tracks there. May have actually got some tracking damage potentially. Yes, he did. Yeah, so picked up 100 there and just got the front of the STB1. Oh, just unfortunately doesn't connect there. Just looking for that shot again, but the STB1 has pulled back. So the imbalance is pulling back a little bit. They've made inroads into the hit point gap. Oh, and there's an ML1 just facing the wrong way. Gets a shot in, and he does, yep, gets some damage there. And doesn't get spotted, so that's nice. There's no light tanks there to pick them up. Both enemy light tanks are gone, of course. But no one with decent vision to pick him up. Now there's the Centurion 7-1 there, who's rapidly losing health, but not offering a shot to Hyphen. And it looks like Hyphen's having to share his spot with a 50 TP. So people feeling defensive, I guess, at this stage of the game. They've made up the difference in hit points, which is good. So they've got a slight lead now, so I'd say this game is just in the balance here. That SU-130 PM just not popping up far enough. So it can be a bit frustrating, of course, when you're a tank like this. You can't really move rapidly around the map to influence the result, so you just got to take what comes to you. Is that 130 PM going to come up? He's just looking for an outline, not getting one. And STDB1 is moving around the map, just taking out the arty, so he could be flanking right now. But Hyphen is in a bush, so covered from both sides, and he's just checking all his angles while he's sitting there, which is the right thing to do. It's like oh, there we go, SU-130 PM popped up just as he pulls out, so he wisely runs down the slope. And it's going to take up sort of an ambush position, I would say. This clump of rocks here, you get good access to the heavy line there. It also means you can shoot back at the hill. Okay, no, it's not hitting with that. It's taking up this bush here, which the mediums like to use. And he's just searching around for targets again. But he's not really going to get the most out of it until he sits still and gets his binocs up. There we go. It's got Borsig. And he gets a nice shot into there. Is he going to get him again? Not going to reload in time, I'd say. No, he's getting into cover just as he reloads, but he's only on a small amount of health and he gets taken out by the 50 TP. So they've got a decent hit point lead now. They're still down one tank. Where's the E100 that was pushing on the heavy line. He's pulled back, but he's obviously decided it's not wise to get out there by himself. Centurion 7-1 down there in the roof, you can just see on the mini-map. But no, he's not in vision range of Hyphen. And there's the 100 now, and he's not pushing, he's only on a very small number of hit points. So Hyphen doesn't want to poke out over onto the Centurion 7-1. He doesn't know exactly who he's going to be up against. The 100 takes out the team's SU-130PM, but the enemy SU-130PM is taken out by the 50TP, so balance is restored, such as it is. Time is ticking down though, it's only 4 minutes to go. That Centurion 7-1 probably got a pretty good idea that the other SU is around here. Oh, and he's got one of the Centurion 7-1s up there, and he gets the kill, so that's nice, takes him out. First kill there to Hyphen. But he's not picking up a lot of hit points now. A lot of these tanks are heavily damaged. Oh, how close is that Centurion 7-1? So he's just looking for the side of the turret, which he just gets. Goes through it, and he gets spotted. Now this is where it's going to be dangerous. Centurion can come after him. And the 100 there, and there's the STB1. Oh, the shot from the STB1 just goes right over the top of him. So luckily he got far enough down the slope. He should be unspotted now, but that Centurion's coming around. He's got to be ready for him. And can he get a gun on in time? Yes, he can. And he actually gets the kill, so he doesn't even take any damage in return. Brings him up to nearly 4k. And there's the E100. Well, he's not paying attention to the SU, and in fact, he pays the price for that. Batchat Artie sends another shell down, so Hyphen decides, right, time to move, and perhaps let's go after the Artie. It's the Artie and the STB1. The STB1 we know is damaged. And the Artie, if you can take him out, then you can concentrate on the STB1. Now, it's interesting, there was an LT432. We didn't really notice him during the game, but it looks like he's been AFK for most of the game. But hopefully he can do something constructive. And Hyphen just rapidly searching around here. He's going obviously very anxious, so I'm just going to go back into third person view while he's traversing here. Expecting the Artie to be around the enemy cap area somewhere. And then we've only got 2 minutes to go. Okay, he's found the Batchat. So that should be game over for the Batchat, I would think. There he goes. Alright, so the LT does have a little bit of an impact on the game there. And now where is the STB1? Looks like the best strategy right now will be to cap. They don't want to go chasing the STB1 around the map. You could go and hide quite easily. And there's only a minute 29 to go. And even if the LT caps by himself, it's pretty safe, but again, it could be getting reset by the STB1. So let's try and get everyone cap would be the thought. So Hyphen does the right thing, gets on cap, and he's heading up to the only bit of hard cover on this cap here. Now they'll definitely win here, but it looks like the Hawk is coming there as well. So I get 3 on cap, perfect result. 10 seconds to go on the cap, 50 seconds to go in the game. So this looks like it's all over. Where's the STB1? Okay, now he's been spotted up on the hill. He fires but misses, so not doing too well. And they don't get any damage on him, which would actually extend the cap time potentially. Okay, so we've got the results here. Nearly 3.9k of damage and 3 kills, and 1157 of assisted damage there, which gives him just over 5k of combined damage, which is really nice. Got the Ace Tanker Mastery badge there as well. Now, how did he go against the team? So he's finished on top with base experience of 1398, which gave him the Ace Tanker game. Didn't get the top damage there. That went to the E100 on the other side with 4.6k, and the other SU130 PM did 4k. So let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so he didn't get any assisted damage there, so his combined damage was less than Hyphen's. They got one more kill. So how does he finish on top there? Well, basically, by damaging tanks at high tier, you get a lot more experience out of each one. So he got hits on the E100 there, Centurion 7-1, Batchat Arty, of course, was top tier, and that's probably the difference in what he got there. And of course, did it cost him any money? Well, let's have a look. 13 shots fired, 10 hits, 9 penetrations. Did fire pretty much standard ammunition the whole way, which is interesting, particularly against the tier 10s. So it only cost him 15k for his ammo. And of course, it is a premium vehicle. It's had some consumables, but ended up with a nice profit of 114,000. So really nice result there, just showing the strengths of the tank. He has got 1 mark of excellence on it, so we know he does reasonable consistent damage there. So thanks Hyphen for the content, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks for watching.